Okay, so some of you have asked, will I ever find love? I'm going to start with A Course in Miracles, lesson 231. Mother, I will but to remember you. What can I seek for, Mother, but your love? Perhaps I think I seek for something else, a something I have called by many names. Yet is your love the only thing I seek or ever sought, for there is nothing else that I could ever really want to find. Let me remember you. What else could I desire but the truth about myself? This is your will, my sister, and you share this will with me, and with the one as well who is our mother. To remember her is heaven. This we seek, and only this is what it will be given us to find. Okay. So I'm going to now pull a card from the Twin Flame Ascension deck. By Dr. Harmony. I wonder if that's his real name or her real name. Okay, let's see what jumps out at us. Will I ever find love? True love or real love? Okay. The Chosen One, fast track to ascension. That seems like a great card. All right, let's see. You have to find the colors in this deck, which I think that would be the color wine, but I'm not sure. Red, it's red. Okay. Your soul has been on a lifelong quest to find real love. Oh my God, that's so crazy. To find real love with a burning desire to align with your divine counterpart, your exact mirror, who reflects your weaknesses and your strengths to enable growth. This card indicates you have been searching for true love outside yourself, which is pulling you out of alignment with your authentic truth. When the Chosen One appears, it serves as a reminder that on a higher plane, you prearranged with your twin flame to teach each other to become whole within. This sacred agreement puts you both on a fast track to ascension for the purpose of creating a loving relationship with yourself first, followed by healthy relationships with others. The fastest way to align with your other half is to heal your heart, where you discover the treasure of true love for yourself. Focus on healing your abandonment wounds. Stop searching outside of yourself for true happiness. Let go of your old stories, past programming, and release doubts that you will experience great love. Your twin flame is teaching you that the one you are searching for is you. And there's a book by Richard Schwartz called You're the One You've Been Waiting For. And it's about internal family systems and couples therapy. It's the same message. Okay, so the archetype cards by Carolyn Mace. Let's see what archetypes we're working with that are kind of interfering with our ability to love ourselves, and then interfering, and in turn interfering with our ability to find love, or to find someone who loves us the way that we want to be loved. Okay. The mediator. Let's see. The seeker. The saboteur. And the Messiah. Okay, so I like to read these as a story. We have the mediator, which the light attributes are gifts for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. The shadow is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Fairness. Okay, so maybe you've been finding your relationships to be unfair and unbalanced. The seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So if you've been finding your relationships to be unfair and unbalanced, how are you being unfair and unbalanced to yourself? Maybe you're giving more time to your relationships and other people than you are to yourself. Seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. That's the light attribute of the seeker. Search for wisdom and truth wherever you are. So that's seeing everything, like, and not trying to get rid of anything. Like, if you don't like something that's coming to you, what is it trying to tell you? The shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. Oh my God, that's me. All right. The saboteur. The light attribute is highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. Okay, so it's really not being afraid of your power, stepping into your power, and not being afraid to make choices in your life. Shadow, but also going to spirit with your, if you have a choice to make, talking to spirit about it, talking to God about it. Shadow attribute induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. So when you're not doing that, you kind of wallow in that and you tend to do that. When we're afraid of our own power or stepping into our own power or making choices in our highest good because they're scary, then we maybe kind of like criticize others and get angry at others for doing that thing that we are afraid to do. And the Messiah, serving humanity with humility. The shadow is shadow attribute is the exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. So recognizing that you're not in this alone, that you're being helped and guided, and asking for that help and guidance. Okay, we're gonna go to the wisdom or the Light Seer's Tarot and get a little more information on will I ever be loved or find love. And what is getting in the way of our ability to be loved and to love ourselves? Nine of Cups, but we have that upside down. The Two of Wands. The Lovers. The Devil. Whew. The Hermit. and Justice. Okay, what is the tarot trying to tell us? Nine of Cups upside down. Delayed gratification, unfulfilled desires, unmanifested dreams, greed blocking your path, not appreciating the simple things in life. I open my grateful heart to the gifts that are coming my way. Okay, so you have gifts that are coming in, but you may be rejecting them. The Two of Wands, or not seeing them, maybe out of fear. Planning your future, making progress, activation, possibilities, the choice between your comfort zone and new adventures. The world is filled with opportunities for adventure, and I welcome them into my life with planned action. But you don't have to jump into anything. You can plan things. You need to make a choice to really do that thing you want to do. This is talking to me. Hopefully it's talking to you too. To really do that thing you want to do or not. You can dream it and envision it, or you can begin to live it. Planning and imagining can have us feeling like the observers of a dream, and our action is the only way to bring that dream to life. Okay, so I know I'm going to be moving into my dream, and I know that means I need to clean up my old life so that I can make room for my new life, and so I can move into my new life. And so sometimes we do get stuck there, but I feel it. I know it's coming. It's time to choose between the wand that's easily rooted in the place you already know, and maybe you're feeling that way too, is like you have outgrown this situation that you're in, but you're afraid to step forward into where you want to go. And the one that leans into new, exciting possibilities. Take a deep breath, because self-initiated changes can be scary. The only way to take strides towards your goal is to make your move. Learn that thing. Call that contact. Make that decision. Non-action won't get you there, and will likely have you feeling the angst of dreaming the dream instead of walking the talk. Use the fire energy of the wands to initiate your shift. Okay, so I also heard that we're retrograde in Neptune or something like that. I'm not really sure, but anyway, what that was saying is just that we're stuck in this dreamy state where we're realizing what's true and what's not true. So some disillusioning is happening. But it's also a time when we can dream. We can recognize what dreams have died and what dreams we need to let go of, and our new dreams of what we want to be. Okay, the Lovers. Choice, dualities, harmony, a lover or romantic relationship, friendship, unity, choosing to allow yourself to fall in love, healthy boundaries, soulmates. Okay, I was listening to that song, What's Love Got to Do With It, this morning, and feeling a little bit of that, you know, like that fear of falling in love, that fear of being in love. Magnetism, like magic, is coming into your life. You are sitting on the cusp of the type of profound connection that happens when two souls are intertwined, and their entanglement forever marks their individual paths. But this might be falling in love with yourself. Often this card signifies that an important choice needs to be made. Will you embrace the spiraling energy that unwinds between two people who are beginning to connect, and choose to shift into this relationship or not? Or it could be a relationship. Falling deeply into trust will be necessary in order to create a lasting bond, and growth around vulnerability, honesty, desire, and intimacy is being called into the light to be healed. While partnerships are beautiful gifts on the path, you must also seek to give fully without weakening your resolve to remain whole. Remember that self-love is the key to balancing the duality of any relationship. So am I giving and loving myself as much as I need to be in relationship? My heart is open to deeply meaningful relationships, and I expand into this union with loving trust. Okay. I love this card. I think it's beautiful. And then we have the Devil. I am realizing how I can choose anger, which prevents me from stepping into love, or I can choose to focus on something else, and that gets me out of that place of anger. So the Devil, vices, the grip of addiction, a need for liberation. So that part of the Devil is good, a need for liberation, like freeing ourselves from something. Healthy versus unhealthy sexuality, materialism, the healing found in darkness, delving into your shadow self, being trapped in your own stories. So maybe you're trapped in your own stories. Manipulation, lying to yourself, temptation. Okay. I know I can feel like, for me, like I'm trapped in my own stories, and I'm just going around and around because I'm afraid to step forward. In the darkness, I am free to heal everything. Just going into that darkness. The Devil reaches out his hand, granting a release from the mundane with promises of earthly and material pleasures. While sometimes this release is healthy and necessary, he hides the fact that he offers everything you can become addicted to, from alcohol, drugs, work, and sex to more nuanced addictions like codependent relationships, or how others make you feel. Anything that can entrap you or overtake your life can be harmful in excess. The Devil is a nudge to delve into your own shadows. He will bring you there, and then it's up to you to either fall fully into darkness or to work on healing your own relationship with your beautiful heart. Illuminate the things that are vying for your time, your energy, and your love that leave you feeling empty. Okay, so I'm getting in touch today with some depression and sadness and hopelessness, which are pretty dark feelings. They're hard to look at, they're hard to feel. But I know that in being in those feelings and being able to have the courage to face those feelings, I'm also releasing them. Remember that addictions don't necessarily look scary and demonic until they do. Seek liberation from the bindings that are keeping you trapped and untether yourself. In darkness, look to the fragmented aspects of the self as a source of light. So being able to accept these parts of yourself, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, I've never been able to accept that depressed part of myself. And when I saw depression in my sisters and in other people, I would get angry. But it's been in me too. It's in all of us. And depression is really just when we push down our feelings and we numb our feelings and we don't feel our feelings because maybe they're painful. But when we feel our feelings and we allow them to move through us, we can let go of them and have other feelings come in. But when we keep them blocked and stuck, then we stay blocked and stuck, which could be what's preventing you from feeling love. I think that's kind of the message that I'm getting here for myself. Okay, then we have the Hermit next. Did I show you the Devil? We have the Hermit. Okay. Inner reflection, meditation, contemplation, soul searching, inner wisdom, spiritual mentor. So listening to when you hermit, when you kind of go inward and you shut out the world, you can hear yourself better. You can hear your spirit better. And that's going to tell you how you can align with self-love and what you need to do to love yourself more. Finding your guide within. Taking time away from the chaos of a busy life. Hermiting. And it says, inner sage, inner mentor, inner guide, show me my brightest light so that I may see with all of my heart. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do right now in this Neptunian energy, in this retrograde. Show me my inner sage, inner mentor, inner guide, whatever you want to call it. Show me my brightest light so that I may see with all of my heart. So I may have the courage and the strength to see and do what I need to do to love myself. It takes courage. And then the last one we have is justice. Natural law, balance, karma, truth, wisdom. Natural law, balance, karma, truth. Cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, perspective, accountability. So you're gaining that higher perspective. When you hermit and you listen to your inner guide, you get that higher perspective. My good karma is delightfully loving, and it can be the most motivating of teachers. Justice asks you to learn from your past experiences, the good, the bad, and the fugly. Take it all and grow from it. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. Yeah, I was reading that this morning, and I thought that too, that I had to be perfect in order to get any kind of rewards. But that's not what I found. I was actually found that I got the things that I was asking for, and they came in the form that I was just not expecting them in. They came in the form of like, oh my God, it's coming in a form that like, I thought I had to be different in order to receive this. I thought I had to be healthier and better, but you get it right where you are. This energy is not about perfection, but about fairness and honesty. Are you being honest with yourself? It highlights clarity of motivation and intention, and it asks you to be realistic about the cause and effect of your thoughts and actions. Seek to balance your growth with both positivity and shadow, and learn from the many different parts of you. In your current situation, be impartial as you reframe your reality and work to remove any negative emotional charge from the equation. If fear is causing you to act in a way that you aren't proud of, seek a variety of perspectives before judging any other person's actions to be good or bad. The only true path ahead of you is not one that is necessarily black or white, but it is always, always one of love. Okay, that's beautiful. This is such a beautiful reading. I was not sure if I was gonna do it or not, but I think my spirit just kind of took over, and now I'm seeing that I was meant to do this reading. Okay, so I'm going to take some, maybe one or two from the Wisdom of the Oracle. We'll see what we get. This one is by Colette Baron Reid. Will I ever find love? Community. So community may be a place where you find love. What community would you like to join that makes you feel loved? One of my clients had a heartbreak recently, and we were exploring and processing, and you know, she was just really she was really struggling with it. And I noticed that the things that she was getting out of it, the gifts that she was getting out of this heartbreak, were that she had joined a community of women who were doing the fun things that she always wanted to do. And she wouldn't have done that had her heart not been broken by this person. But it gave her the courage to reach out to a community of like-minded women doing all these fun things that she had never done but always wanted to do. And so I said to her, are you feeling happiness also along with your grief? And she said, yes, I am. And sometimes that's what it is. You know, you don't have to choose one or the other. We do need to grieve. We need to feel all these feelings, but you can feel grief and then also feel happiness. Maybe in the same moment, maybe in different moments. You don't have to choose one or the other. I think you do need to be able to embrace all of your feelings. So we have the community card and Treasure Island. So that to me says, yes, you are finding love. You are on the path to finding love. But the key to that love is loving yourself more and honoring yourself more. I was called to leave my marriage, which is something I really didn't want to do. I had put so much into it, but my spirit was telling me this isn't serving you anymore. This is not in your highest good. This is not serving you. You've done everything you possibly can, and you're not getting what you deserve. You're not getting your needs met here. You need to move on and let go. And that was the hardest thing that I ever had to do. It takes a lot of courage. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. I should be on this one. I was in the Light Seers Tarot. Okay, so we got number 8, Community, and number 9, Treasure Island. I'm excited for you. Belonging, being seen and understood by others. Like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. Okay, this is beautiful. And this is actually for me too, I'm realizing as I read it, because it's something that I'm asking for. I have not felt like I belonged for a long time. I have little groups that I belong to, and I'm looking for a big group where I belong, like, and that kind of lives around me. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. So I also heard that we're being called to, this is astrocartography, but we're being called to different places in the world where our light can shine, where we're going to find these communities that are like-minded communities. So that's kind of cool too. Are you being called to move somewhere? Perhaps, I think I read this, but I'll read it again. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. Okay, I've been told that I'm going to be a leader in my new community. I'm excited to see that. I have no idea how that's going to happen. But I trust, and I'm just going to take the next step. Okay, so Treasure Island. The law of attraction. Bringing dreams into fruition. See how all of this weaves together? Isn't that so beautiful? The results of positive thinking made manifest. Abundance appearing as if from nowhere. Financial gains and the sharing of good fortune. So maybe you've been thinking, I'm putting so much love and light out in the world. Is it ever going to come back to me? It's coming back to you. You've worked hard and acted upon your unwavering belief in abundance, and suddenly actually I'm going to read you I'll read this, but then I'll read the relationship message. Belief in abundance, and suddenly in the midst of it all, you hit the jackpot. You have uncovered the map to buried treasure and tapped the unlimited potential within you. What you must hone now is your ability to recognize when X marks the spot, because some of these golden opportunities may be obvious, but others may not be so readily apparent. Trust your intuition to light your way now as you enter this truly prosperous phase where all the long, hard work navigating your inner life is now paying off externally. In all aspects of your life at this time, you have good fortune. Don't forget to enjoy it and share it with others, as treasure shared multiplies like magic. So the relationship message. Your relationship is a treasure, providing even more than you need. But you may not see that right now. No matter how long you've been together, you and your partner are always discovering hidden gems about yourselves and each other. Now is a time of discovery. It's as if everything is in sync and everything is new again. Romance blooms and love is in the air. You can be assured that this partnership will bring you great gifts and valuable lessons. Keep your heart open. The message of this card is to celebrate love and what it teaches you. Even if you're leaving love, even if you're leaving a love behind, there's love in that and honoring in that. And that's something I also learned in Family Constellations. It's a book on family constellations and coaching. It was about not leaving a bad situation with anger about it, which I've really struggled with, and I think a lot of us do. But instead, honoring what you got from it and being grateful for what you got from it. So you leave it with love. You recognize that, and it's really hard to do that because it requires you to grieve it. It requires you to be sad about it instead of being angry. It's easier to be angry. Okay, maybe I will do one more card from the messages from the guides. I just feel like I want to do that. I just feel like we need to do that. I just really want one. Okay, I got two. Focus on the positive and don't relinquish your power. Ooh, good ones. Okay. Focus on the positive. I've been getting that message, so that's real validation, you know. Focus on the positive. Stop focusing on things that make you angry. And I might be doing that because I'm sad. I'm sad because I know I'm going to be leaving some stuff behind. And I don't want to feel sad. But we need to grieve in order to fully let go and fully open ourselves to our new adventure. Everything is energy. Life on earth is full of circumstances that we label as good or bad. When you choose to focus your awareness on any circumstance, you are sending energy to it that will make it stronger. So it only makes sense to give energy to the circumstance that you perceive as positive. If this card appears in your spread, you may have to take steps to alter your thinking. You may be giving too much energy to situations that are troublesome. Some humans are programmed by nature or nurture to dwell in the negative instead of the positive. It may take some practice to alter your reactions. It may take some practice to alter your reactions. Yeah, first you observe and then you can alter. That's what I've been doing. Every event and every person who comes into your life has a purpose. It's human nature to categorize everything as beneficial or detrimental instead of just being a lesson. You can train yourself to look at the life events or people objectively and become aware of the reason that they are on your path. What is the lesson? After you come to an understanding of why this event or this person has come to you, you can decide the amount of energy you'd like to send its way. Irrelevant of how you handle the situation, learn to look at the lesson as being beneficial to your growth. If you've learned something from it, and hopefully you have, then that is focusing on the positive. Don't relinquish your power. You have created a blueprint for yourself, and your role in this matrix of life is vital. Never be less than who you are. If this card appears in your spread, examine how you may be taking a back seat in the dynamics of this incarnation. It may seem like an easier row to hoe if you acquiesce to others, but in reality, you are doing a disservice to not only yourself, but your soul family. Your influence matters. Your opinions matter. It is part of your birthright. Don't be so quick to undermine yourself and give away the strength of your convictions. We women do this a lot. The puzzle pieces that create the bigger picture don't come together as a whole if you choose not to participate, but men do it too. Have faith in yourself and know that your emotions are manifesting in a certain way and at a certain time for a reason. Many insecure humans try to take away the power of others to build up their own shortcomings. Be aware that this is the result of a fragile ego. Acknowledge this and don't engage in their attempts at manipulation. Be steadfast, have resolve. Okay, so that was what I was getting angry about. I could see that somebody was just trying to make me feel angry, and that was making me angry. But when I stopped being angry and I stopped focusing on that, I got sad. So some grief came up. And maybe that's just what I was trying to do, is prevent myself from feeling that grief. But feeling that grief is going to help me to let go of it and move through it so that I can open myself to joy and happiness, which is what I want to do and where I want to go. Okay, so did you get your answer? Will you ever be loved? You have to choose yourself, and you have to choose to love yourself. And that requires great strength sometimes and great courage. But it is so worth it. You are so worth it. You matter. I love you. I bless your journey.